I'm going to show you 3 different searches to look for information using the library's discovery tool. The discovery tool works a bit like a Google search in the sense that it will search across most of the library's resources and then will link you into that resource. So I'm going to start off with a basic search looking for books and ebooks, and then I'll do 2 advanced searches, one looking for a specific title and the second advanced search to build up a search for journal articles. So let's start with the basic search. We've gone to the library website, which is at library.dut.ac.za, and then we're going to this search box sort of in the middle of the screen here, and we're going to type in our search terms. So I'm going to look for information on emotional intelligence, so type in that and hit my search button. So the first thing we need to do if you're searching for a phrase is put the phrase in inverted commas, like that, because this means that the words will then be adjacent or next to each other, which will give you a much more accurate search rather than finding emotional in one sentence and intelligence in another sentence. So let's try that search again with inverted commas. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when I've done my search is to go to the top here and sign in so that I will be able to access the resources. Click on the welcome at the top. This will take you to our Open Athens login screen. If you're a student, it's your DUT for Life email is the login with your usual password. For a staff member, it's your usual email address. Okay, so I'm going to sign in. Okay, the first thing I want to just show you is quite often it gives you this little research starter at the top of the screen. This is usually information maybe from an encyclopedia that gives you an overview of the terms of use. So quite useful if you just want a kind of description, etc. All right, so then going on to our search, at the moment we've got a lot of hits, we've got 170,000. So we need to move to the left-hand side to start refining our results. In other words, making the results better for us, more relevant for us. You'll notice in the basic search that this available in library collection is automatically ticked. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit. The next thing I want to do is I want to limit it by date. I don't want to look for things that are 20 years old or something. So I'm going to change this and I'm going to add 2010 in here. I could also drag this bar up. We'll do the same thing. All right, so now I should only be seeing material that's published after 2010. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I might want to limit my search to particular sources. So in this case, I'm going to click on source types because I only want to look for books, print books and ebooks this time. That's the kind of information I'm looking for. So it does list the top 5 here. However, it doesn't say books. So I'm going to click where it says show more so as I can see all the results. And then I'm going to limit it to ebooks and scroll down and add books and then update. Okay, so now I should only be seeing books and ebooks. Sometimes we have the odd anomaly creeps in. All right, but let's look at the first one here, emotional intelligence. All right, if I scroll down, I can see it's a book, which means it's a print book. And then you can see this one is available in the B.M. Patel Library. It's on the shelf. This is the shelf number, and it is currently available. Okay, let's just scroll down a little bit further. Okay, here's another print book. Also says B.M. Patel Library, but it does say show more beforehand. So I'm going to click on show more, and then you can see that it's also available in other libraries. Okay, if I'm looking for an ebook, it generally says ebook at the side here, and I can access the ebook by clicking where it says online access. So let's click on that. All right, it takes me into the ebook. It's found it in this ProQuest ebook central database. This is the book, and then if I want to read online, I'm going to click on that. It gives me a few more options by doing that. Okay, so it brings up the book. I can either scroll down and look through the pages this way, or on the left-hand side, if I wanted to see the contents, I can just click on contents. It will show me what's in the book. And then if I want to go to a specific chapter, say I want self-management, I would just click on that chapter and it will take me in. I can read it online, but obviously we probably want to download it where possible. So at the top here, these first four options or tabs give you various options on how you'd like to read the book. The first one allows you to download the entire book. It will stay on your device for a short period of time. However, I don't recommend you download the whole book if you don't need it. It's easier if you perhaps sort what you want to read first. So the next three options is PDF, chapter download, and copy are probably better. So let's look at this one, the second tab here, chapter download. So this allows me to download the chapter I'm in, the current chapter. I can save it and it will save in PDF, so it won't disappear after a certain amount of time. Okay, this third tab here, this copy, allows me to copy and paste, say, a page or some paragraphs if I would like. Let's cancel that. And then this fourth tab here, this print to PDF, is very useful because it allows you either to download the chapter, or if you only wanted maybe 10 pages from this chapter and 12 from the next chapter, you could do that. It also tells you how many pages you're allowed to download in a day. This is usually the copyright restriction imposed by the publisher. Okay, so that's it for an ebook. Let's just go back to my result list. Okay, I could go and look at other ebooks, and I could also change my search at this stage. If I decided I no longer want to see any of the print books or add something to my search, I can do that. So to remove the print books, I would simply tick that box again, and it will remove all the print books. Okay, so let's try a new search now. All right, I'm going to go to the top left-hand side where it says new search. Make sure you do this because this takes away all the refinements that you've already done, so you can start with a clean sheet. All right, this time I'm going to do an advanced search. I'm going to do two advanced searches. The first one, let's click on advanced search. Sometimes your lecturer asks you to look for a specific book, or it might be your textbook. So if you are looking for a specific item, it's easier if you do this advanced search. So normally we know the author and the title of the book. So I'm going to start by typing in the author's surname. I don't need to worry about their initials or first names or anything. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to select what option, and I'm going to select author. So I know the author is Coetzee, and then I'm going to type in some of the keywords from the title. So in this case, it's internal auditing. I'm going to go to the right-hand side and change that to title, and then I'm going to click on my search option. Okay, you'll see it's only found a few results this time because I've been quite specific. And then you'll notice in these first two results, here is the ebook, Internal Auditing and Introduction, which is the one I'm looking for, and here is the print book. So for the print book, I can see where it is on the shelf in B.M. Patel Library. And then if I want to access the ebook this time, I click where it says PDF full text. Okay, so this should take me into the book, the PDF of the book. Okay, and then I can read it online. Unfortunately, with this book and many of the LexisNexis titles, you're not able to download the book or chapters of the book. This is imposed by the publisher, and it's just something we can't change, but it does at least allow you to access the book online. So again, if I wanted to go and have a look, say in chapter 2, I can click on chapter 2, should take me in, okay, and then I can read it online. As I said, I can't download it this time because of the copyright restriction imposed by the publisher. I can, I think, save one page at a time, but at least if you're not on campus, you can still access the book. All right, let's go back to my result list. Okay, so that's an advanced search looking for a specific title. Let's try another new search. I'm going to click on that new search option at the top. And I'm going to click on the advanced search again. And this time I'm going to show you how to build up a search. And this time we're going to look for some journal articles. So again, I would type in my search terms at the top. So I'm looking for information on risk management. Because it's a phrase, I'm going to put it in inverted commas again. I want these two words to be adjacent. I'm going to leave this at select a field because I want it to search throughout. But I'm going to add some other terms here. So I'm going to also add Africa, because I want to look for risk management pertaining to South Africa. I'm going to click on my search option. Okay, you'll notice with the advanced search, it didn't automatically limit it to available in the library collection as it did with the basic search. So I'm just going to click on that. This will ensure that we have access to whatever I'm searching for. Okay, again, I want to limit it by date. I don't want to look for things that are really old, so I'm going to limit it to anything published after 2015. And this time, I want to limit it to academic journals. I'm looking for journal articles, so click on that, and it will update my search. Okay, so let's start looking and seeing what we've found. Okay, the first one here, it is risk management, but it's due to its drought risk for agriculture systems, so it's not terribly relevant. And if I scroll down, I see that I've found quite a lot of risk management pertaining to health. So I might have to go back to my search box and alter a bit. So in this case, I'm going to add the term business and click on my search again. Okay, when I've added a new term, it does retain the available library collection, it does retain the date, but you'll notice it loses the source type. So I have to go back and limit by source type again. Okay, so let's look at some of the things we've found. The first one here is the role of information technology in risk management of businesses in South Africa. So that sounds as if it might be quite useful. There's a couple of things I could do. I can go straight to the full text by clicking on this, or if I want to have a look at the abstract, I can click on the title. So by clicking on the title, it gives me some more information, and it gives me this little abstract here, which gives you a kind of just a short version of what's contained in the article, and usually it's enough to be able to tell whether this is going to be useful to you or not. If it's not, you can go back to your result list. If you think it's useful and you want to read the full text, we can now click here on this full text finder. Right, so this will now transfer us. This is us leaving the discovery tool is trying to take us into whichever database it's found. And you can see it's taking us here to this linking screen. So I have to click where it says find full text on Sabinet Online. Okay, so now it's taking me into the database where I should be able to read the article. A little bit slow, but we're getting there. Okay, so here we are, Sabinet database. Here's my article. There's a very brief abstract here. And on the right-hand side here is the link to the PDF. So if I want to save the article, I want to go to the PDF. Okay, here it is. And from here, I can save it or email it, etc. so that I can read it later offline. Okay, so let's go back to our search. I'm going to go back to my result list and see what other information I can find. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit to this one, the development of small, medium business side risk management intervention tool. That might be relevant. This time I'm just going to go straight to the full text finder by clicking on this link. Again, it's taking me into a linking screen. This time you can see the article is available from ProQuest Central, so I'm going to click on that link and it should take me into the article itself. All right, so you can see it's a different database, it's ProQuest this time. Here is the online article, there's the abstract, there's the full text. But again, if I want to save this for later so as I can read it offline, I need to go where it says download PDF. Okay, and then I can open and save this onto my device. All right, let's go back to my result list. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, here's another one, might be quite useful. I'm going to click on this full text at Emerald, again, a different database. And you'll notice this time it actually didn't take me into the linking screen, it's taking me directly to the database. And this can happen either way, it just depends how the database has been linked. Okay, so here we are, here's our article, there's our abstract, we can read it online. And again, here's the PDF, if I want to download the PDF, and I can save it from here. All right, going back to my result list. All right, so we know how to search and how to access. I just want to show you one other thing. If you haven't got time maybe to open and save everything, but you still want to save some of the search for later on, what you can do is over on the right-hand side where you see this little file, if you click on that, it will put articles into the folder at the top. So I can go down and mark these ones are already marked. I can mark as many as I like. Right. And then when I'm finished searching, I can scroll up and go to the folder at the top here. Okay, so here are all the ones that I've already marked. I can select them all. And then what I can do is I can email them to myself. So let's click on that email. Okay, type in my email address. Okay, I'm going to leave it as standard field format and I'm going to send. Okay, I should get a message saying that it's been sent to me. Okay, I can go back to my search if I like and carry on searching, or I could clear my folder from here. Okay, so the results should come to me. I'm just going to, takes a few minutes, so I'm just going to show you. This is what it looks like. Comes in this format. That's it arriving now. So you can see there's all the information. You can see they're also linked if you want to go back into them and all the bibliographic information. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you for now.